What's up guys, Pipo here, and today's video is going to be another, I wouldn't say long awaited, but long overdue another session of snapping with Pipo, where it's basically more or less a quick tutorial that I do on either random subjects, whether it's how to do a pattern for something specifically, or just really how to on a lot of different things. Like for today's video, it's going to be how to do this die job specifically. I call it a dual layered marble die. Basically, the concept behind this is you spray with the marble spray half of the head, so that, say, just the bottom half of the head is marbled or is sprayed, has the marble dye effect to start, and then you dye the entire head and then clean it off, spray the second half of the head, and then dye that half of the head another color. Now, I'm not going to get into super detail talking about it, that's the basics of it, but it's really just going to be me talking about how to do this. It's very simple, not the pocket, not the shaft, not taping, nothing. It's just going to be how to do this style of die, because heck, why not? I was doing it for myself, I might as well show you guys how I did it. And I did it in my String King Mark 1 head. I think it turned out really nice. Kind of makes me think of, and some people have said it right off the bat, that it kind of reminds them of a swimming pool, where it's like the deep end moving into the really shallow end where all the little kids play and stuff. So it's really, really neat. The lighting and whatnot doesn't do this die justice. You really got to see it in person, and you got to see it out in the sunlight. It just pops. It looks really good, especially with an all-white pocket and a silver shaft. So I hope you guys enjoy this little tutorial, this snapping with Pipo, and I'll check you guys later. First off, pick a head that is brand new or very lightly used, so that you do not have any trouble with the die. Then preferably pick two colors that complement each other, so that there are no issues when dyeing. Then obtain some webbing spray from any of your local Hobby Lobbies or anything similar to that where you can get arts and crafts from. First off, you only want to do about half of the head for this first bit, for the first color. Then you want your water to be to a rolling boil. As you can see, mine is not quite there yet. Ooh. Yeah, not quite there yet. While you're waiting for your water to boil, you can prep your dyes. Preferably, for this sort of dye, you want to do the lighter color of your two colors first. I always like to have a nice old towel that doesn't really get used for anything anymore. You'll see what that is used for later, but make sure you have one. Alright, once your water is to boiling, slowly add your dye. Otherwise you will have spillage. And then for about 20 seconds or so, put the lid back on so it can get back up to a boil very quickly, but don't go anywhere, pay attention to what it's doing. Next, add the head to the water and dye the entire thing, the entire head. Once one side's good, do the other. While it's dyeing, bring down the heat a little bit so that it doesn't melt the plastic, but it keeps the water nice and hot. Next, carefully flip your head and add it back to the water to dye the other end. After checking to see if it's the color that you want, the full color, move it onto the towel that you have. And without spilling it all over the place, bring it over to your sink. Nice empty sink. Rinse off with mildly warm, if not slightly cool water, any excess dye without peeling off the spray. Then using slightly warm water, use a sponge, the rough side, to rub off any of the spray. If you're worried about the rigidity of the head, as you can see there's more, throw the head into the freezer for a few minutes to let it get back its solid. Then using the spray again, spray the non-sprayed area over top of the color that you just dyed. Once the spray dries, add the head to the new color of dye, but only to the point where you want the color to end. Then once again, take your head out of the dye over to your sink and repeat the process of cleaning. Then finally, once it's all clean, throw it in the freezer if you want it to be rigid for about an hour so that it actually freezes. Then pull it out of the freezer, let it thaw, and then string it up. And then you're done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, ain't it?